There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true. Yo, everyone. That is the voice of your Yonko host, Dr. Jace Attorney, and we are, for the first time, diving into the world of heroes outside of our typical DC and Marvel spiel. We're entering a more interesting world of heroes, I think, with My Hero Academia. Specifically, season 6. This is our first My Hero podcast. I don't think we've ever once brought up My Hero, even in passing conversation. Maybe once or twice in our original anime podcast, way back in, goodness, I think that was like season 1. But we're here for season 6 of My Hero Academia. Let me feel the room a little bit. You know, with me is fellow Yonko Grandmaster Hoop. Grandmaster, you know, just a quick one. Are you a My Hero stan? Are you just kind of here for the ride? Are you ever gonna thank me for putting you on My Hero?
I'm a stan. I'm definitely a stan. Were you the one that put me on?
I was. I know I was.
Would you like to lay claim?
I've laid claim. There's my flag. I did it.
I think you did. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, my pitch to you. I remember the pitch. I said, it's just like Naruto, but with X-Men. And you're like, oh, okay.
And I said after the first episode, I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then what sold me was when All Might went up to Izuku Midoriya and said, "You will inherit my power." And I was like, whoa, cool. And I was like, and I think I was hooked from there.
That's fair. We are not alone in this endeavor as well. We have Supernova, Mr. Bombastic. I take it you're a My Hero stan, or are you a casual? Are you a casual?
I'm a stan. I have like watched it for a while now, and I'm starting to read the manga as well to actually try to catch up. But as like a manga person myself, I tried to watch all the way. I tried to read all the way from the beginning. So I am right now in the middle of season 1. So that's
you started like from the beginning with the manga to read through it.
Correct.
Okay.
So I was once season 5 ended, I was like, I'm gonna start. But then at the same time, I was like, I got some things that I needed to take care of. So everything was delayed for the most part.
That's fair. I will say, I do want to read the My Hero manga, to be honest. I just think the anime is so good when it comes to adapting the manga. But I do want to maybe go back and, reread some of the older arcs. I don't want to read ahead. I kind of like being going in blind with no context as to what's coming up, because it's fun. It's fun watching My Hero without any expectations. But so we're here for season 6 of My Hero. This adapts, from what I can recall, it adapts the Paranormal Liberation War arc. That's a long one. And the second half is the Dark Hero / Dark Deku arc. So basically 2 arcs in this season 6. I will say going into this, because I watched season 5 recently, like literally this past summer last year. And goddamn, that season was really hard to get through. I don't know how people watch that weekly. Like I binged it because everything was out already. And it wasn't too bad, but I feel like I would have disliked it a lot more if I was waiting weekly for it. Like, how are you guys coming into season 6 from season 5? Like, were you guys just kind of My Hero'd out, or was it like, man, season 5 was a real low? Or did you like season 5? Maybe are one of you a season 5 stan for My Hero?
Season 5 definitely was probably I'd say maybe one of the weakest seasons for
one
sure.
Of it, just it was
yeah, probably I guess off the top of my head, it's probably the weakest season, and so much the weakest season that I can't even remember how it concluded. Outside of, I know it was My Villain Academia was that
arc. That was the ending, right?
I definitely was not invested so much in that arc.
Wow.
I mean, it had strong points, but I definitely found myself just like, who the hell is Redestro? I don't know who Redestro is.
Where's Deku? Where's Bakugo?
Oh no, just like a lot. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, cool backstory for Twice and others, and I was like, sure. So, but so much to the point where I don't remember what the last episode entailed. To where I don't know if I was like, oh yeah, season 6 can't come any sooner. While I do feel My Hero season finales leave on a note where it's like, ooh, but I can't even remember. Like
you weren't even left on that.
The fact that this season started with this all-out war, I was like, was this set up? Did we know we were going to war in season 5? I know they all congregated, the villains and the liberation.
Right at the end.
But I had no idea we were about to go to war. So I can't say season 5 had me hyped for season 6, which is why season 6 partially blew me out of the water.
Whoa!
Right off rip, yeah.
Bombastic, what about you? You were watching season 5 weekly, right?
I was. It was like you guys said, it was like one of the weakest seasons. But I will say that it actually did have some high points. Shigaragi's story was actually like pretty on point.
I liked his backstory,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I think his backstory was actually like pretty crucial when it came to that. But like that was the only thing I can remember. I mean, some of the fights, here and there, Toga revealing that she can actually use her power, other people's powers at the same time, was very interesting too. So every now and then, like I'm like, oh, okay, here's something like, but the whole aspect of season 5 was just like so lackluster.
Yeah, like I because season 5, I understand where people were coming from with season 5 after having watched it. You have a good chunk of season 5 that is just class 1A versus class 1B. And I'm like, God, 12 episodes of this? Like, it was cool to see it, but I mean, they really elongated that arc. Maybe that was a big arc in the manga, I don't know, but like that one little scuffle was like really not progressing the story of My Hero in any significant way.
I completely forgot about class A versus class B.
That literally, when I think of season 5, that is the first thing that comes to mind, because that's how long it was, and it was the first
class
arc.
A versus B.
Are you a stan?
I like class A versus B. I think where season 5 also slips is they try to fit that other arc with our main 3 boys.
Where they go with Endeavor, right?
When they go with Endeavor, right?
Okay.
And also, they did that thing where they tried to have that lead in to the 3rd movie.
That was one of the things that I recall from season 5 that I didn't know about because I wasn't watching it weekly. But people that were saying they were disappointed with season 5, apparently the 3rd movie, World Mission, was being developed at the same time season 5 was in development. So the production was really shifted towards the movie as opposed to the anime season. And that's why you kind of see like little dips in quality here and there. And like you said, the tie-in to the movie. I have not watched World Mission yet.
I haven't watched either.
I watched the first 2, but not the 3rd one. I haven't.
Have no idea if it was worth it, but it was, you could feel it. You could feel it.
For sure.
Season 5, after Class A versus Class B, which I think has very strong moments, it felt rushed. It felt unorganized. It It was weird.
Very weird.
I completely agree when it comes to that, because like at the same time, like it for the first part of it, because I kind of do remember thinking about Class A versus Class B, but then at the same time I was thinking like, is this going to be the whole thing? And like once I said that, it was like I was originally thinking that Class A versus Class B was part of season 4, but then I was like, wait, no, that's not true. And
right.
I started going back and forth with that. But knowing that, I mean, they had some big moments. Like some people had like some power ups. Some people can. I forgot who was the cocky from Class B. That can copy.
Shinzo.
No.
Oh, well, no, I'm sorry.
No.
Shinzo.
The
Shinzo.
weird one that's always like gloating, right?
Yes,
always
correct.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and the fact that he can do multiple quirks at the same time is actually pretty impressive. So like everybody had like some way to actually like improve when it comes to that. And like it was some big moments, but yeah, it felt like so elongated. Like it was so long to the point I was thinking, okay, like is this the whole thing? Like it can't be.
Is this the whole arc? Is this the story of progression in My Hero? Yeah, it was a little too long for its own good. And then even with the My Villain Academia stuff, I looked it up to see what people thought. Apparently they removed certain bits of information that made it more enjoyable. So that I probably need to reread. I probably need to read the manga version of the story to get what people were hyping up from before. But I guess that's season 5, right? We left season 5 kind of bewildered as to where the story of My Hero is going. But now with season 6, how would you overall rate season 6? Because like for me, I mean that Liberation War in the beginning, that sold the season for me. That was some of the best My Hero hype that I've ever freaking had in a long time. I have not been watching My Hero since like, God, I don't even know when like season 4 aired. I was not watching My Hero anymore, and then I watched My Hero way after. But that war arc was really good. I overall I love season 6. I really enjoyed season 6.
I think I have season 6 in my top 2. I think
top 2. Damn.
I mean, I've rewatched every season, so I need to rewatch season 6.
Wow.
To kind of make sure I'm, solidified in my choice.
What's in your top 2?
Season 3.
Okay, season 3 is my like number 1.
Right.
Because I think from beginning to end, it's
non-stop.
It's nonstop. Like literally, it's the summer camp. It's
Rescue Bakugo mission,
and then Deku
All
versus
Might,
Bakugo.
Well, All Might versus
All Might versus All for One.
But that's not it. See, you're forgetting the next bit after that is their license exam where they go up against that other school.
That's in season 3?
That's season 3.
Oh yeah, no, season 3 is top. Season 3 is top. Yeah.
It concludes with Bakugo versus Deku.
Yeah, season 3 is the best.
Wow.
There's a lot back to back, not a moment to breathe.
It is insane.
Yeah. Season 3 is the best.
How good season 3
you
is.
have season 6 up there with 3.
Oh, absolutely. Because season 6 was kind of balls to the wall, and that first half was nonstop. The second half definitely slows down a bit, but then the second half hits me with so much emotions that I cannot even handle.
I remember the messages. Did you see the latest episode?
I could not handle it.
Your Hero Academia.
I could not handle it. So season 6, I think, might be up there. I think it's number 2 right now. I think
number 2.
Oh my God, so good. Yes.
Man.
Yeah, I agree. It's for sure, and in the sense that it's like, yeah, season 6 is definitely up there in my top 2 as well. Definitely really good emotions. Yeah, out of nowhere, like with the whole war, and at the same time, some deaths that I'm pretty sure people didn't really expect to happen.
Oh yeah.
With Twice, at the least. So like just knowing that it's like, oh, okay, like this is actually going on, this is actually happening right now. It definitely got me like hooked on into that season.
No, I agree. Let's talk about it because we keep alluding to it. The Liberation War, the Paranormal Liberation War segment. Good God, this thing from beginning to end, I think gripped all of us with like what was going on. So like what's the premise, right? Shigaraki is like recovering from his operation, his experimentation from season 5 with the doctor. He's like in that test tube thing, and
back to tank.
Oh yeah, the back to tank. Yes, very very similar, very similar. And yeah, it's like the Paranormal Liberation Front. They teamed up with the League of Villains at the end of season 5, and they're ready to like enact this hostile takeover of all of Japan. And it's like, oh wow, is this like the end game of My Hero? Is this gonna happen in the final arc? No, that was the next damn thing that happened. The heroes were like, we're not letting you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This was awesome. I loved seeing, there was no BS with this because I like seeing the pro heroes go in, but you also have the students who have their damn license. It's like, you okay, I get it. You're in school technically, but you're a hero now. You're approved. You're
Let's
totally
put you to
approved.
work right now.
Let's put you to work because this is the real world, baby, and we need all assistance we can get.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck. I loved this segment. And the animation in a lot of these episodes was really good. Holy
right
crap.
off rip. Again, the moment the action starts, I don't think it ever slows down the animation. If they said, hey, let's take these funds from the movie, because I think the third movie did well.
I think it did, yeah. Overall.
Yeah, they said put it into production, put it into animation right now.
I feel like part of it is they had to because studio Toho Studios, whatever, they're aware of the reception of season 5, that they have to be, and I feel like they had to do this. Like they knew they had to come in hard for season 6 right off rip, like from the beginning, because they're like, listen, we kind of let people down with season 5. Let's start this hard. And I feel like they did. For years, I never understood why people were saying Mirko was the hypest hero in all of My Hero. I would see her and I think we first introduced to her in like at the end of season 4 or something.
The end of season 4 is when we
were just saying the top 10 heroes.
Yes.
Yeah, the newly ranked top 10, right.
So I remember seeing that. People were like, oh, watch out for her. Watch out. She's going to do something. I'm like, okay, can't wait for season 5 to see her to do something.
Well, what number she was?
She's number 4. She's number 4.
Number 4, yeah.
I'm sorry, no, she's number
now.
5. She's number 5.
5 now?
Yes, she's number 5, yeah.
Okay. The fans are going to come for you if you're wrong.
I'm pretty sure she's number 5.
Yeah, so he goes Endeavor, Hawk. Is it
Best Genus?
Best Genus.
And I think 4 was Crust.
Which one was Crust?
Crust is one of our first casualties.
He's the one that died? He was number 4 before Genus?
Crust is number... No. Genus is number 3. Crust is number 4.
Oh, you mean right now? Okay, yeah, right. Endeavor, Hawks, Genus, and then wow, Crust is right after him. Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that high. And Mirko's 5? 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, Mirko, I mean, I'm telling you, I was getting so aggravated with the My Hero community because they would not shut up about her, but I didn't know what they were hyping her for, because I think you even see her in season 5 a little bit, but like she doesn't do anything. And I'm like, why are you guys like losing your mind over her? Like I could see why. She's a bunny girl. Ooh, and
Oh,
she's
stop!
strong.
Please stop! Oh
She's
God.
Because I'm not seeing the
Yes,
hype.
the
with
fandom
her.
is weird. Yes, yes.
The fandom is weird to an extent, and I'm seeing her. I'm like, are you guys just hyping her because of how she looks? Is that what this is?
Obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, like, is that what it is? Because okay, you can like that, but what you guys are hyping her? What is she going to do? Season 6 showed what she can do, and Mirko is like top 3 pro heroes for me because Jesus Christ, she went in. I
MVP.
loved Mirko in this. That was fantastic. Those muscles, goddamn.
I mean, all her quirk is a rabbit.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. And god dang, I ain't never seen Bugs Bunny do anything like this.
The standards are set.
Correct. Or no, the standards have been risen, significantly. Bugs Bunny ain't got shit on Mirko. Lola Bunny ain't got shit. I don't know who other bunnies are out there, but this is top tier bunny. This is
top
it.
Tier bunny.
This is the bunny to beat.
Is this your bunny?
This is my bunny. Bunny.
Bunny.
Bunny.
Bunny.
I will say, yeah, like she was definitely like, I would say she was MVP of the whole arc. In a sense, from the introduction, basically the introduction of her, showing what she can do, and like giving that sense, that first sense of like, oh, like is her powers just bunny? And
power just bunny.
basically, yeah, and it basically is, and at the same time, she puts it to work. Like it reminds me of Laminian, because like she puts her quirk into the best use possible, which is like, I basically put that like correlation right there, because I was just like, wow, like she really can actually use it. Like the powers, the quirk that she had was not really beneficial, but she made it beneficial.
Right.
So like jumping around, dodging out all those things, going hand to hand with multiple Nomus, to the point that she's actually like beating them, and it's just so impressive. She was just like amazing in every way. I can see the hype going on for sure.
I like that comparison to Lemillion because you're right. Like it is a silly quirk on its surface, because it's like, man, if I had that quirk, I would be so lame. What could I possibly do? Like Lemillion's is, he could just phase through stuff, and it's like, oh, that's it. But it's defined by the user. They really put it to work. And to me, it's kind of like how One Piece handles its stuff, where you could get the dumbest devil fruit imaginable, and you could still become the most powerful character in the world of One Piece. It does not matter. It does not matter. So My Hero's, in a way, kind of the same thing. You can have the dumbest quirk or the silliest on its surface, but if you put it to work, you put it to work. Mirko was going in on the Nomus and a lot of the other villains in there. Didn't she lose her arm and her leg too?
She lost her arm. She
believe
has her
it was
legs.
her.
She has her legs still.
I thought no. She lost one of her legs. I'm pretty sure she did.
I think it got injured, but I don't think she lost it.
She did not lose it.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember
You're
that
thinking of-
arm was
you were thinking
obliterated.
of somebody else.
Because
I'm pretty
whatchamacallit,
Aizawa loses his leg later.
Aizawa loses his leg. I don't think
Yes.
Mirko loses her leg. Because Endeavor comes and cauterizes the wound. Pretty sure. So I think she's kicking. I think she's kicking legs.
No, oh wow, inappropriate.
Yes. Okay, prosthetic left forearm and right leg. Okay, she lost them. Yep.
Okay, see, I knew she was maimed in this. But I mean, honestly, when they showed that scene where her arm was like twisted, like multiple rounds of twisting, I'm like, oh my, that would have taken me out. That would have I would have said, I'm out, guys. No, she kept going. So good for Mirko. Good for Mirko. She's scary. She's a scary one.
She did her thing, and again, she set the record straight for what this arc is gonna be.
Oh yeah, it still keeps going from here. That's like the first 3 episodes.
That's one episode where she goes in. It's literally the second episode, and then again immediately shit hits the fan. You get no moment to rest. I think Shigaraki wakes up.
He wakes up.
Well, he got woken up.
Right. He was
because
forced.
Mirko destroyed the tube. At that point, he was dead. But it was Crust whenever he actually like laser beam one of the like technologies that basically like is short circuited, and Shigaraki woke up from that point because he was like connected to water, and once that short circuit happened, it woke him up, and that was like the beginning.
Well, that wasn't Crust, that was X-Less.
Gotcha. Yes,
I'm confusing them. I thought that was Crust too.
Well, okay. Well, they both eat it. Okay. To Mr. Bombastic's point, yes, that's how he wakes up. It started his heart. It jump started. He takes his cape, and I think he begins decay.
Oh yeah, just a giant screw off attack. It's an AoE.
And it's like, everybody get off the fucking floor. Do not touch anything.
He racked up the casualties. That was crazy.
And it was crazy because Crust knew, and Crust is hardly a hero that we care about throughout the seasons. Like, I think we only ever meet him this season. Crust knew, if I don't save Eraserhead, Aizawa, it's over.
Oh yeah, because he's the only one that could counter his ability.
Correct. And he sacrifices himself to save Aizawa. Which,
wow.
Right. And in my head too, I was like, he's got to stay alive.
Do not let this man die.
Literally. And
oh my god.
From there again, it's just, I did not think we were getting this season.
This early this season.
Right.
Yes. I'm wondering, like, what the hell? What is your finale building up to?
We kept saying they got like 12 episodes left in this first half. How are they here now? Like, what more can go wrong? You know? And it does. Everything goes wrong.
Everything. No, it does. It does. I mean, you get a lot of revelations in this arc. You get you get that little bit with Hawks versus Twice. Right? Yep. Very sad moment, because Twice was my favorite villain in the League of Villains, because I just liked how dumb he was. He never felt truly evil to me. So right, I mean, Hawks, what he kills.
He kills him with his feather sword.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta go, man. You gotta go.
I thought we were friends.
Oh my god, that was so hard. That double agent nonsense. It was sad. It was sad for sure. I remember the fandom was very distraught over Twice's death in that scene. So that was pretty good. But in comes Dabi, right? Around this time. He's using that as leverage. Like, I think he caught Hawks in 4K, slicing Twice down the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dabi felt bad. He was like, that's my friend, you bastard.
Well, I mean, Dabi was really weird with it. Dabi was like, he was willing to burn through Twice to get to Hawks, but at the same time, it's like he said he couldn't cry because his tear
ducts were burned. Right.
Yeah.
Was he being serious though, or was he?
He was being serious, but he's already so twisted, and also he was coming off the high of, I told you not to trust this guy.
Oh, like,
Dabi was the one who had been saying don't trust him.
Yeah.
So I think Dabi was rightfully pissed.
Right.
And that's just the start of Dabi.
There's still plenty of Dabi left.
Yeah, and at the same time during that scene as well, which will be revealed later in the pod, but he says something to Hogs, which like shocked him. Right. Before he got blasted. So later on, well, during that time, I was like, well, what do you say? Like, what is going on? That what does Davy know that Hawks doesn't want to know? Which is like,
Kago.
His name.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
name. Right. Oh
Which-
man, that's right.
where she goes to the backstory as well into Hawks, which I didn't expect that at all either.
Yeah, no, I was not expecting a Hawks backstory. I really didn't need a Hawks backstory, in all honesty, but it was nice to see it. Like, oh, he's got a past. He's got a questionable past. Dobby knows about it. So that was still cool to see. We got some more lore with Hawks after his feathers were cooked by Dobby, scorched. I thought Hawks lost his powers. I thought Dobby burned his feathers to the root.
Birds molt. So
is that what's going on? Is that what's happening?
I would think so. The
I thought
feathers
he was going to make fried chicken right there.
the feathers can
I
grow
thought so,
back.
too.
I mean, if we lost Hawks in that moment, I would be like, damn, this is real.
This is real. People are
'cause-
dying.
Just like Mirko, people were building up Hawks. I remember the fandom, the manga readers.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, Hawks is coming. Ooh, just wait till we meet Hawks. Because also Hawks, we first hear him and we never learn about him. We know he's the number 3, but we don't see him or meet him
Right.
till season 4. So he had a lot of hype. So if they had killed him, I mean, he's alive, but
There was a brief moment where we thought he was dead.
well, also just this again, it's not going right. We Shigaraki's got the decay and he just took out 2. Hawks is incapacitated for the rest of the fight. And it's like, damn, who's next?
Yeah, because there's still big fights that are left. Like, that's not the finale to any of this.
And those are
Yeah.
2 separate fronts. There are 2 separate giant battles going on.
Technically 3, if you think about it, because you had Class 1A versus Makia.
Oh, well, I mean that's
yeah,
like on the yes, but that's another great one. And
I think it's a great one.
oh my goodness. Makia took out Miss Midnight.
I had no idea she died here until
I
like,
didn't know she died
what-
either. I thought someone took her body and then off screen she's dead.
Yeah. I mean, I get it how she fell a long ways and rocks fell on her. I guess she's not durable like some of the more stronger heroes that have strength as their core, but I did not think she died. I was shocked. I thought like, oh man, she's injured. She's out of the fight. And then they had her funeral after the arc. And I'm like, oh, that killed her. I did not know that. I was shocked. But yeah, I mean, again, it shows the realism in this. Heroes are dying. You had Crust die. You had Midnight die. That was someone we knew since like season 1. Like we saw
Yes.
Midnight every season. So that was unfortunate to see that happen. But this whole Class 1A versus Makia, I love this.
Class
what?
B's there too.
Class B's
B,
there too.
Funny, it's not even all of Class A and all of Class B. They're spread around.
They are. Because I think
correct.
like Uraraka and Suyu's little group, they're kind of like in the city, right?
They are in the city because they have had, I think, more experience out in the field with their
Civilian.
They can save people better.
Yes.
well, that and so for example, Sue and Uraka teamed up with the SEAL hero and he was in the
Yeah.
city. I think a lot of them were with their work
They're like the
study
main
programs.
heroes.
yeah.
Yeah. So like that's why, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki are there because Endeavor is in the city as well. So
Right.
dare I say, what's left of Class A and Class B is not the heavy hitters.
I think I like that though.
I like it too.
Right. Because they took out something that was giving the pro heroes a very difficult time. Because this whole point with Maki is like he's heading towards Shigaraki. Like that's his goal.
coming,
Master!
Master.
And at the same time, you had Mount Lady trying to cover for that as well.
Mount
Yeah.
Lady couldn't stop him. She's the only
No.
giant.
Nobody could stop him. And then I think you got to give mad props to Momo. Yeah, Momo stepped up big time. I was like,
Yes.
what the fuck are they gonna do? how are they gonna stop this guy? And she's like, everybody gets chloroform. We are putting this man to sleep. Like, everybody gets one. Y'all sink the floor, sink it to the floor, and like, we're gonna sink this dude. We got one shot, and ultimately they failed. In the moment. From what they know. But you know, I think My Hero just does a really good job by the Class A. I mean, Class B did their thing too, but I don't know half their names. But Ashido, Acid Girl.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
I think,
she had her moment with Kirishima in this.
Yes.
Correct.
Segment. Yeah.
Right. And she stepped up and she was about to get her chloroform in.
Right.
I think what she missed or something
happened where whatever happened with, I think she missed, and then I think Kirishima was like right behind her to throw. I remember losing it when I saw Kirishima there. I'm like, oh, there's our boy.
Kirishima, he's a sleeper of this class. Like, you got your big three, right?
Yes.
Kirishima steps up. He said, no blood will spill behind me.
I loved it.
He takes her canister.
I loved it.
And he does it. He gets it in Makia's mouth.
Zero effect.
Zero effect. Delayed effect.
For what we know. For
what we know right now, it failed. But like 4 episodes later, oh, it worked.
Just such a great moment though for the class.
It was still.
Yes. Yeah. I loved it. You know, they're put to the test. Denki had a good moment too, because he was on the front lines. They had some of the class on the front lines, A and B. Remember there was an electricity villain and he drew all the electricity. And he was like, hey, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, he had a good moment. Yeah.
He did. I love when the class gets these moments.
Yes.
I'm like, yes.
Naruto wishes it could.
I love it. But yes, Makia, he keeps going. He ain't stopping for nobody.
It was really good. And you know, probably the main attraction in this arc was Shigaraki versus really everyone. He had a busted quirk. You had all the pro heroes. You had Deku, you had Bakugo, you had Endeavor. They were all facing off against them. You had Aizawa off in the corner basically nerfing Shigaraki because he's like, okay, I'm gonna turn off all of his powers because y'all not ready for that. So I'm turning that off. But what did he had regeneration left, and he had what, super strength?
Well, no, those weren't even quirks.
No, that's what I mean. Like because they were not quirks, those did not get turned off. Those were just natural abilities that he had from the tube.
They enhanced his body so far. You know, they're building a vessel.
Right.
And yeah, that was just his strength alone. He was All Might levels of strength.
Oh god, that's crazy.
Taking on these folks like you had the dragon hero. He put down the dragon. Endeavor blasted him, but yeah, he's regenerating the whole time.
He's cooking. You see the skin peeling off. Prominence banner.
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm like, Endeavor, just keep going. It's gonna run out eventually.
Please do something. Don't stop now. And nobody can do anything. And he's wrecking. He's wrecking. And then on top of that too, and this I thought was really good of season 6, you know, he says, I'm here for one for all. You know, I'm here for it. He puts that out into the atmosphere. They're like, what the fuck is one for all? I thought that was All Might's quirk. You know, and then Deku is like, Endeavor-san, he's after me. Why would he be after you, Deku? Why?
Everyone starts putting it together. The secret is now oozing out of the container.
Yes.
Everyone.
That was such a good moving plot thread. It was like, you can't keep the secret anymore.
It's out. It's
It's
too
out.
late. The main villain wants it. He knows, and he's coming for it. And these
Right.
heroes are not dummies. They're gonna put it together. Like, he's after Deku. Why? Why is he after Deku?
What is
Right.
going on? What is going on?
Something suspicious is going on here. So this entire interaction was just freaking amazing because you had everyone just doing their best to try and stop Shigaraki. You had Aizawa turning off his quirks. You had Shigaraki almost shifting focus at one point. He's like, okay, I gotta take out Aizawa. He has a bullet from Overhaul. I'm like, wow, what a great tie-in. What a great season 4 tie-in.
And he's always had it. I remember when he took it.
Yeah, I'm like, who are you gonna use this on? Is this for like Endeavor? Because he's like the second or now the first best hero. Like, do you just want to get him out of the way? Who is this for? And what? He tries to shoot Aizawa, right?
And he does hit him.
He hits him in the leg.
Well, it goes through Ryuku, the dragon.
Right.
It goes through the dragon. And yes, then
The dragon deflected it because he was going straight to like either his face or his heart.
Yes, he was aiming for like a very like you can't stop it. You can't.
He said, "You gotta go.
You gotta go." He flicks that, but the dragon lady kind of like deflected it a little bit, so the trajectory was off. It gets him in the leg, and for a brief second, you're like, "Oh no, Aizawa! He's losing the most busted quirk in the show." He pops that sucker off.
Oh.
I'm like, wow.
I teared up.
I couldn't believe it. Because the lengths they were going to keep him going, like the water dude was over here. He's like, "You're not drying up on me."
I was gonna say that because he was so crucial because his eyes were like dying. He
kept like moistening them to like
so he wouldn't blink. I was like, look at them work together.
Genius.
Shigaraki knew that he just needed like 1 millisecond without it, and like
my god,
all he needed was for him to just blink.
But the crazy part is, he cuts off the leg to hope it doesn't spread. It spread. It worked. Him cutting off the leg didn't do anything.
Wait, did it actually work?
Yes, it worked, because this is what happens. It works. So now the objective is Shigaraki cannot touch the ground. That is the new objective.
Because that's what he needs to do to use decay. He needs to interact with something. Well, at least for now, because apparently later he doesn't need to do that, right? Like, isn't that an upgrade in his ability? He doesn't need to touch
I think he always needs to touch ground.
Yeah.
Even
he
now.
has to,
okay.
All 5 fingers need to touch something.
Okay.
Oh, right, because like when he choked Deku, his pinky was up.
Right.
Correct.
He needed to.
And he was like, "I can kill you if I want to right now, but
he's like, "I'm not. I like you."
I'm gonna do the biggest mistake and let you live.
That's crazy. Actually, I'm looking it up. Apparently, I don't know if that's a spoiler. You know what? No,
don't look up anything.
Never mind. I wanted to confirm with Aizawa, but I'll leave it alone.
Well, you got to think about it, because it didn't work. Because what ensues now is that Shigaraki's in the air this whole time. No one's letting him touch the ground.
Right.
Deku, he is in there. Aizawa's out. Shigaraki also took out Gran Torino. And
oh god, yeah, he pulverized him into the ground.
Right.
I thought he was dead. I thought that
he was dead too. I thought that was dead. I think he's still alive. He's just
he is. Yeah.
He's in such critical condition. Deku's done. He's like 1000%. We going in right now.
I'm killing this sucker.
He reveals that he's got control of some other quirks from the other users. He's using float.
Oh, Deku. Yeah.
Yeah, Deku's using float. He's using the whip. He's using his strength for sure. Danger sense. He's using danger sense.
Is that just Spidey sense?
It is Spidey sense.
It literally is.
That's the okay. I kept calling it that every time I forgot. But it's Spidey sense. It's Spidey.
It is indeed
It is.
Spidey sense, and he is just wailing into Shigaraki.
I love this.
I love it too. And Shigaraki's still not going down.
Why can't this man give up? Isn't there a part where like he swings on him and Shigaraki bites his forearm or something?
I think so.
I'm like, God damn. Like, I just love this desperation and just taking this guy out.
Yeah, he's just like, go to sleep, please.
Please just
That's one thing that they do best. I think like My Hero Academia does really well when it comes to like desperation like moments, like to the point that like no matter what they do, they will try to get what's going on with Aizawa cutting his leg, trying to like basically prevent him from spreading through. Deku fighting like at all possibility. Everybody's like going in like everybody's like had the mentality of just like I'm going to die, but I will make this happen. Like I will like our goal would actually achieve, which is like My Hero Academia does this so well all throughout.
It does.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
it really does. It's just these acts of desperation because like you even get like little support here. And Best Genus, who you thought was dead, supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Technically, he was at one point.
Officially dead. On the record. On the record, he was dead.
Well,
Right.
so I
from
think
Hawks.
how it was explained is it was said like he died, then they put him into that. They were trying to make him into a Nomu as well.
It was some convoluted.
Yeah, I didn't
Nonsense.
get that at all. Why not
It-
just leave that?
It was a crazy plot just so Hawks could be trusted by the league.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, Best Genus shows up in the nick of time.
He did some work.
Did some work. He also showed up when Makia shows up too, so that definitely
Right.
helped him
That
showing
definitely
up.
helped.
Uh,
Our
we-
boy.
our
Man.
boy. This
Who's
was a
our
good
boy?
one. This was good.
Meteor!
Lemillion.
Oh
Yes.
my god, that was so. I lost it. I lost it when Meteor came back in.
Were you
Yes.
thinking the same thing that I was? Because I was like,
What?
how?
No, like
Airy.
I
Airy.
knew, yeah, I knew it
Yeah.
was Airy because that was the big thing with Airy, like that they even hinted at back in season 4. They were like, if she can learn to control her quirk, she could reverse the effects of people losing their abilities. But obviously, I was like, oh, but that's so far out. Like they're not gonna resolve that in like a season.
Correct.
So literally, when Lemillion came in and he had his powers, I'm like, they got it. They got it with Airy. They must have
Yeah.
figured it out. And then bam, they show the segment.
Well, it was
Yeah,
such a good scene because she said, "What do you think I've been practicing for? I've been
Ooh.
practicing so I can help you, Lemillion."
Oh god, I love seeing this guy back in action. It was
It was
so
great.
good.
Oh man, timing this couldn't have been more perfect. So yeah, man, it was just like all hands on deck. If you can move,
Get
get
in
your
here.
ass over here.
Get in this.
And Lemillion lasted about 30 seconds.
Was he taken out, or was he?
Yeah.
I think
by
the shift
Shigaraki.
Oh, was he taken out? Oh, I don't even remember. I just remember that he was there, and then I was like, oh, the shift has focused again.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Um,
he was there for like basically maybe like a few minutes. He took
Right.
out some of the bad guys, but then at the same time, Shigaraki came in and was like, "Oh, you're still not good enough." So he just took it out with one of his powers as well.
Oh geez, wow. I need to go back and see it. But I whether or not his usefulness against the main villain was good enough, just that entrance, that entrance of coming back in was still really nice. Oh my god, we still have not even talked about the dance. The
dance.
Dobby's dance. I'm gonna be honest. I think this happens before the things we're talking about right now.
There's a lot of moving parts. Let's just talk about it. Who cares?
With Dobby's dance, I'm telling you, I think my attention in terms of who I want to see on the screen shifted from Shigaraki to Dobby. Once because Dobby does his dance thing. Once Dobby leaves, I'm like, I don't want to see Shigaraki anymore. I kind of want to see Dobby. You set this precedent. I want to see what does Dobby do? What does Dobby do?
Well, Dobby had a whole. This was like a very calculated plan. Dobby had a pre-recorded video.
Yes.
These fights are going on. Meanwhile, this pre-recorded video is released to the public, and Dobby gives his origin story. He is none other than the first son
Toya
of Endeavor, the #1 hero, Toya Todoroki.
Shocker.
And he pours the water on his head, and his hair is revealed to be white. And he's like, I am a product of inbreeding.
Inbreeding?
Not inbreeding, but, kind of the taboo to marry to make a quirk.
Kind of eugenics a little bit? Like to like mixing of genes together to create something like that. You want a desired result from the genes of the people that are providing their DNA.
Right.
It was a quirk marriage, so they can actually so Endeavor can pass the #1 hero All Might, but somebody else.
Yeah. Right. It's I mean, that reveal was so good. First off, I knew this from season 1. Like,
I think everybody knew.
Everyone knew.
I was spoiled by one of my students like 2 years ago.
Oh boy. Did you know Dobby is Endeavor's son?
No, they were like, Mr. Hooper, everybody knows that Dobby is Todoroki's brother. I was like, I did not know that.
You should.
I mean, you can put it together. You can put it together.
You just didn't want a confirmation before the show confirmed it for you.
Well, it's like
the story.
It's very subtle. If you go back and watch a lot of the episodes, they do mention Toya, but it's like blink and you miss it.
Yeah, season 5 mentioned Toya.
Right. And I think there was an earlier season that mentioned Toya, and it's really, you don't really think about it.
And it's funny because I didn't even, before they started dropping Toya as a name, I still thought this was some illegitimate child of Endeavor. He has a quirk that is just flames. It's blue flames.
It's blue.
I'm like, this is your kid. I'm sorry. There's no one else in the world that has.
You cannot have flames and not be related to the Todoroki family.
You cannot. It's impossible. So the question was, who was he? Exactly. How was he related to Endeavor? And when was it going to get revealed? Because he had a big question mark hovering over his head the entire time. But we finally got the answer in this season. Endeavor's firstborn child. We got a bit of the backstory too. Not in this segment. Maybe
it's in the next part. But
in the next
might
part,
as well talk about it now.
Yeah,
it's a pretty
it's tragic,
sad kind of life. Toya Todoroki. His flames are strong, but his body cannot handle the heat.
So he has to stay out of the kitchen.
I think at one point it shows that he was actually stronger than Endeavor's. But
no. His flames are stronger.
Of his flames, they were much more stronger than Endeavor's, but his body, his skin could not handle that level of flames. And it's funny because, I mean, it's not funny, but Endeavor indoctrinated his son to really try and be the #1 hero. And Dobby, he's not Dobby at this point, but as a kid, he's trying to just impress his dad, man. He just wants his father's approval, and his dad's telling him, no, I'm already moving on to the next one. Stop hurting yourself, boy.
But that I thought was so good. It's so complex. Is that
it's called? I feel like it's not an easy answer. I feel like it's not an easy black and white situation.
They build up Endeavor to kind of be a POS,
Yeah.
which he very much is somewhat, but he's not a complete POS. Like he truly sees Toya getting burned, and he's like, "I told you to stop.
Stop it! Stop it!
I don't want you to get hurt." And then then he takes out his anger on his wife, and he's like, "I told you to watch him. I told you not to let him out of your sight." And then it becomes more complex, and and it's like this man can't see the error of his ways and the errors of what he's doing, and his son is now his brother and sister are born, and he's like, "Look at us, we're worthless to dad. We got to prove we're something."
Why are they? Well, why is he spending all this time with Shoto?
Right. Right. And he's like, "What are we,
like
just
his younger brother
yesterday's
like,
breakfast?"
Yeah. And his younger brother's like, "You already told me this a million times. Just tell your sister about it." And Toya's like, "No. Listen,
only us boys would know."
Yeah.
There's a little bit of misogyny in there. he just dipped his toes in.
I mean, rightfully so. Look how he treats his wife.
Oh, right. He learned it from somewhere.
He learned it from somewhere. And then one day he goes out into the forest and burns a little too much, and they lose him. They lost him.
Right.
As they thought.
As they thought.
Right.
There's still a question mark as to what was Dobby's version of this. Like, he disappeared after this segment, but like, okay,
we don't know where he went.
We don't know where he went. People have been telling me in the comments on some of the YouTube videos, they've been saying, "Y'all, you're not ready for Dobby's story." So apparently there's a big question mark that's going to deliver a lot when we get to it in a season 7. But Dobby came in, he stole the show, and once he left, his presence was missed. At least for me. I'm like, damn. Shigaraki, I don't know, man. I lost interest now.
I mean, it was good because, Todoroki Shoto finally shows up, and he's fighting Dobby, and Endeavor is just like
frozen,
bewildered, broken. And
Dad, we gotta fight him.
Dad, we'll deal with this later.
Oh man, no, it was good. It was really, really good.
Oh, there's so many layers to this, and another thing we haven't mentioned was Bakugo. Bakugo had a nice little moment too.
He had a really good moment. Jumping in the way for Deku, self-sacrifice.
My body just moved.
Oh, what a reflection. Oh my god. You know what? The more we talk about, I think this arc alone kind of takes it into the top 2 range of seasons of My Hero. I was like, really?
If you're talking arcs, that's a whole nother story, but possibly, yeah.
Oh no,
yeah.
I meant like the season just by this arc alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it brings it up there into that conversation, I feel like, because I like moments like this. That's self-reflection. That is development for a character absolutely. That just, God, how far have we come? My body just moved on its own, and he jumps in the way. He takes that hit for Deku.
And not only that, but beforehand, then when he noticed Best Genius, and Genius tell him, "You figure out your name, you figure out who you are."
Oh my god.
Oh god.
This is still dumb.
I still don't even know it. Super King Explosion Murder?
That's gonna change. There's no way.
I'm pretty sure that, yeah. That's what it is.
No. It sounds like a villain name.
Well, it just doesn't sound like a hero.
And
that moment is so big as well, because like not only like everybody was like, wait, no, that name's gotta go. Best Genius, like that suits you. That's who you are. Which is like,
I think he took out one word. I don't even know how the hell. I don't know. King Explosion Murder.
No, this is silly.
Great
Maybe
Explosion Murder God Dynamite.
That's his full name. His full.
I mean, I'm on this Wikipedia page. I don't know which one's the most updated based on season 6, so maybe I should stop.
All I recall is when I heard it, I'm like, no. You almost had me. I thought we were gonna get a cool name.
Oh, I really thought too.
One.
I thought we were gonna get some great growth in a name, and yeah,
no, well, I mean,
it didn't happen.
It shows who he is, because he is.
It
pretty
is
adamant.
him for sure.
it makes sense to what he is, and it stays
Right.
true to what he is. So like I kind of saw it coming. I was like, he's gonna say his full name right there, his full first, last, middle, three, all in
Right.
between.
Right. That's fair. That's fair.
And he got the knowledge from Best Genius as well. He was
And
just
he
like
did.
I respected.
He did.
Sure.
He did. No, Bakugo definitely had very good moments in this final fight. That kind of awakens Deku to like really beat the crap out of Shigaraki. And then what kind of ends off this fight isn't it that all for one, his conscience starts waking up in Shigaraki, right?
Yeah, all for one basically takes over the body. But honestly, and that's when we get the whole, oh, there's a boy trapped in there that I think I need to save.
Okay.
Um,
do you like this? Like, because my initial reaction is like, this feels very Naruto. There's a boy in there and he needs saving. I'm gonna talk no jutsu his way out. You can change, Dabi. Join
I used to
us.
be like you.
I used to be like we are two sides of the same coin.
it's an anime trope for sure. It's not just Naruto. You've seen this other places too.
Let me show you the swing that I was in by myself.
It fits the character of Deku. He wants to be the world's greatest hero. And what better way to be the world's greatest by saving someone that is considered the world's worst villain?
Right.
There's a little bit of poetry in that. Shakespearean, you could say.
Absolutely.
But I just thought it was silly. I'm like, he's killed so many people. You need to stop him.
He's gonna answer for his he's gonna answer for his crimes, but let's not have him be a pawn anymore.
Right. He's definitely being used by All for One. The real villain in all of this is All for One. He is. I feel like there's no redemption.
He's the
All
Emperor
for One.
Palpatine of this whole thing.
Oh, okay. Shigaraki's Anakin. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Anakin.
Yeah.
Becoming Darth Vader right now. Palpatine. Yeah, Palpatine is All for One. I like that. I
Did
can
we
buy
just
that.
did we just do that? Did we just?
Oh my gosh.
We did.
Wait, go ahead, Bombastic. Yeah, I mean, we did it. But
go
we
I
just
further?
linked up.
Well, I just
We just-
remember there's also so many Star Wars references in My Hero. A lot of the districts are named after Star Wars stuff. Like there's Tatooine District. Go back and watch episode 1.
There's a district called Tatooine in My
Yes,
Hero?
there is. Yes, there is. And then there's the Camino District.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Go
Wow,
look.
it's bad.
I'm
Season
about
1?
to- yeah. I know the Tatooine one is in season 1. I was like,
Wow.
oh, that's a specific name. But yeah, I don't remember how this fight ends. I have no idea how it ends.
I completely forgot, to be honest.
I mean, I think his conscience starts waking up and he kind of just goes on the retreat, really.
Oh, they get him out of there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I recall. Like they beat each other's ass so badly on both sides. They're like, okay. Clearly you're not going to let us take it right now. We'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be back. And so I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I mean, I would need to go back and, really see it. But yeah, no, that kind of wraps up that arc for the most part. Everyone kind of like reconvenes and realizes, yeah, we got a lot of deaths on our hands. You get a little bit of a segment with like Toga. You remember Toga?
Oh, Toga and Uraka. Yeah.
This one, I was kind of like, she's trying to find herself again after seeing a hero kill twice. She's kind of like, explain to me again why you guys are heroes. You and Deku. Can you remind me about that? And then she just kind of runs off.
They could have they could have gotten away without showing that.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know what Toga's end game is and all this. I have no idea.
I think she just wants to be accept it. I mean, I don't know. I've somewhat lost interest in Toga.
It
Overall.
was a thread. Yeah, it was a thread that didn't need to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I will admit, yeah, when there was an episode or part of an episode dedicated to Uraraka talking with Toga, I'm like, I don't care. Can we get back to Shigaraki fight? I'd rather watch that or Dabi or something. But yeah, no, you get that segment. Everyone just kind of reconvenes and tries to assess the situation and realize, man, we got destroyed. We got destroyed in this. And then you get the start. Well, you have a little bit of a transition period. My Hero always has like 1 or 2 episodes of this. But then you get the next arc, the Dark Deku arc or the Dark Hero arc. People, oh my God. I remember people were hyping this arc up.
Oh yeah, they were.
Years. I'm like, what's so hype about it? Is it just does Deku become evil?
Well, I mean, there's the one panel that everybody knows.
Right, the him walking through the rain, like
it's like, do I really look like a hero?
Yes, yeah. Oh
Like,
my God, that.
Let's
panel,
make him. How do we
saw
make him
everywhere.
look more like a villain in anything but a hero?
I mean, when you think about it, I like this domino effect because that endeavor. First off, you have the complete failure of the heroes to prevent all that harm from the previous arc, and then you have the reveal of what the #1 hero has been doing behind the scenes, and it's what Dabi revealed to the world. So there's this loss of trust from the public for heroes. And it's like, wow, like it gets bad. It gets really, really bad. You get people in the streets becoming vigilantes, and they just don't trust them. They don't trust heroes anymore.
And ultimately, again, they failed. They did not win.
They did not.
Technically, both of them lost, but then like it felt like at that point, it felt like the heroes lost even worse.
I mean, there was more death on the heroes, the neutral side, than the villains. I mean, civilians, plenty of them lost their lives
Easily.
He wiped out a whole sector of a city.
There were people there for sure.
You're right.
Yeah.
I get it. I get the frustration.
And
to a degree.
That's even before they break all the villains out of Tartarus.
Oh man, that just made things.
That
just
made
upped.
that shot things up because now you have All for One on the loose. You have all these other villains. You get oh my God, what's that guy's name? Muscular.
Yeah, muscular.
He breaks out. I mean, a lot of familiar faces break out. I was kind of disappointed with the Tartarus breakout episode because I felt like it was way too short. I don't know if that's how it was in the manga, but it's a prison escape. I expect a little bit more. Impel Down. Give me Impel Down from One Piece, please.
Oh no, it was pretty. Shigaraki came in.
I need more.
It was over. It was over.
But yeah, no, you get everyone breaking out. You have villains on the loose, and so what's Deku's resolve here? It's like,
well, the cat is completely out of the bag now. Not only did the heroes put together that, what is one for all, All Might and Deku decide to come clean to a select few first,
Right.
It was like the big three, the top 3 heroes, and then Deku comes out to his classmates,
right?
And that's it. All for One, he's got other ideas. He says, I want Izuku Midoriya, and I will stop at nothing to get Izuku Midoriya. And if you're helping him, you will die in that pursuit. Give him up, please. And now Deku's caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, he was going to go out and do his part, but now he is a danger to anybody around him. So he says. So he puts it.
Right.
To highlight one point, I just want to say that to highlight one point, you got that one part where like All for One is like, Izuku Midoriya, it's your turn now. Like,
Ooh, that's
There's a lot of
That's
good
like-
parallels. A lot of good
Oh
parallels
my-
going on.
very.
Yeah.
Like I felt that.
Yeah, I felt it too. He
That's
needs to be-
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, that was really good. That was really good.
Your hero says that to you once upon a time. And now his worst arch nemesis.
You.
And he's like, I want you. Like this, like he's smiling while doing it. Like
Oh my God.
Ugh.
So many good parallels. So many
Yes.
good
So
parallels.
Crazy.
right.
Yeah, you just have Deku just kind of going on full hero mode, just protecting the city. He looks evil. I like the design. He looks really just really messed up in this outfit. It's his hero outfit, but now he's wearing the full cowl.
Yes. We have not seen him put on that full cowl since like season 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. He has Gran
wait.
Torino's scarf.
Which
as a reminder what
Well,
he's fighting for.
also too, I mean, connect the dots a little bit. Is Gran Torino the grandfather of Shigaraki?
I had people tell me no, because I asked
yeah.
that question in a couple of my videos for My Hero. I was like, the way they're embracing, is
Yes.
that like they're together? They made Shigaraki? People have told me no, that's not what it is.
Interesting.
So, but I was in the same boat as well, because they said something like, we made this decision, and I'm like, oh, we?
Right. Which would just, again, it would add to kind of the personal stakes that Deku has in this. Shigaraki took out one of his mentors.
Right.
I don't know if Gran Torino's ever getting up again. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't even show his face. They just show him handing off the scarf.
Right.
It seems pretty grim for him. So yeah,
It is.
Deku's carrying the burden of everyone, and he's putting it all on himself. I mean, at first he's working with like the Endeavor and Best Genus and Hawks, but slowly but surely he just keeps diving deeper and not taking care of himself, not paying attention to his friends, his family.
He left All Might in the dust. He let him drop his bento box.
Ah!
No, the
Midoriya-chan!
bento box.
He said, "Young man, please let me help you."
Midoriya Shonen.
Oh my god, and that was so good. Like All Might feels like he failed him. You know?
Right.
Like he vowed to his mother that he'd do nothing but do everything he can to protect him. And he can't.
He cannot.
He-
Nope.
I mean, physically he cannot. And then now
Right.
he's in such a dark place that it's like he's not accepting help from anybody.
Yeah, no, he's going full solo for a lot of this.
And you gotta understand that, like at that point, because like Deku just wants to not only be alone but be far away from everybody, because he understands that like All For One wants him, so
Yeah.
he doesn't want anybody to just be in the way, so like they don't want so they don't get killed, and at the same time he doesn't exactly know when he's gonna be trying to attack him. So at the same he's basically trying to have sleepless nights. He's like fighting nonstop. He's trying to like find any kind of culprit to find any information. That's when we find the lady sniper. I forgot her name.
Lady Naganta.
Lady Nagant. Yes.
So
She's
that's
yeah.
It's one
She's
of those
fun.
things that is going back and forth, and like I completely understand his actions, and later on find out that it's not really needed.
Right. Like it's God, when Lady Nagan gets introduced, again, people were in my comments saying, "You're not ready. You're not ready, bro."
Oh,
I'm
she
like-
was fine.
I
It
like-
was
Yeah, she was fine.
Yeah, I didn't think anything like she was crazy, but I liked her concept. I like the fact that she's like basically a human gun. She does that elbow thing with like
she's
the-
got a whole rifle in her elbow.
got a-
Yeah.
her hair is like it's like the
Bullets.
bullets. That's cool. I'm like, all right, I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
this.
Cool.
Pretty
Yeah.
OP kind of quirk.
Yeah, it's basically like Wanted, like Angelina Jolie from Wanted.
Oh yeah, she can curve that bullet too.
She
Yeah,
can curve the bullets.
and then on top of that too, all for one, he's like, hey, come work for me. I'll give you another quirk. Now she can walk on air.
Ooh. She could switch positions now.
Switch positions, be anywhere. Pretty good combo, I'd say.
Pretty good combo. These are basically like the assassins that All for One is sending out. You know, you had Lady Nagant. Before you had Lady Nagant, you did have Muscular. That was a cool little fight again. Like not as good as the first one. The first one with Deku and Muscular. Oh my god. That's
a growth
chills.
fight. It's a growth fight.
It's a growth fight.
Right.
Show, it's like, hey man, he's gonna one-shot him right here, baby, and keep moving.
Absolutely.
And that was fine. I was okay with that. I'm like, sure, but yeah, this guy got nothing on you anymore, man.
I would hope it would be a one shot. As much as Deku's been through now.
Right. He's done. He's done. No need for 1,000,000% as last time.
No. You are doing the most if you have to do that again.
So that was cool. Then of course Lady Nagant comes in. She's accompanied with Overhaul, another character. Overhaul's like, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He got hit by his thing, no?
Shigaraki decayed his arms, and
Correct.
that cut off access to his quirk because his quirk is tied to his arms.
Yeah.
I see.
He has to touch. He has to touch, which is crazy because it's like, wow, you didn't even need to shoot him with the bullet. That's it. Take his arms and okay, sure. So yeah, like you don't know what his deal is. You know Stain is out there because you did see Stain escape the prison as well. You don't know what his motive is yet. And in the middle of all this, you have Deku kind of having these internal monologues with the previous One for All users. And they're all kind of conflicted because they're like, Deku, you better kill Shigaraki. You better not do this thing where you try and save him and you end up screwing everyone else over because you wanted to be a true hero. But that's not Deku's a ninja way. That's not his shinobi way.
He got his priorities.
He has his priorities.
He's not listening to anybody.
Right.
8 of those, or 7 of those users are talking at him. He's not listening.
He's like, no, I'm gonna. Did you feel like because I've heard things where people have said the author at some points felt like he was rushing through the story of My Hero. Do you feel like Deku learning all of these new quirks because like at this point he's learned everything. Mm-hmm. He's learned you go back to season 5 where he just learned Black Whip, and by halfway point of season 6 he's learned all the other ones. Danger Sense, the purple mist quirk,
Smoke screen.
the what?
Smoke screen.
Smoke screen.
Oh, smoke screen, right?
Yeah.
Smoke screen.
Fajin?
Fajin?
Raj, the kinetic one, yeah.
The kinetic one. He's learned everything. Like just in the span of like a couple did you feel like it was a little rushed, or do you just kind of wanted him to get to the point in terms of like
I'm gonna say this because when they first revealed that he was gonna learn all these other quirks, I
thought they were gonna pace it out, like.
Well, I thought that too, and then also I thought, man, he's gonna be so OP, like it's not even fair.
Right,
but it was to a point though where I was like, it felt like if they continue this way where he learns a quirk like every 20 episodes or something, I was like, I don't think I would have liked that. Namely because like, yeah, you got to spend time of him learning, activating the quirk, right. Him learning the quirk, him learning from the past user. And I was like, that sounds like it could be redundant. What I like what they do here is that all the users of One for All, their quirks in the grand scheme of it all were not powerful quirks. You know, they were quirks that, if used in conjunction with One for All, it heightens One for All.
Kind of
But
like a utility belt.
Yeah, like a
Batman.
utility. Literally, they're more. Yeah, they're all very utility based, and they improve upon One for All. And so when they do give us like the rest of them, like, you know, he perfected Black Whip off screen. He has Float and Danger Sense in that other fight, and then he's got these other ones here. I was honestly fine with it because they were not these like OP quirks, you know.
Right.
They're only OP based on how he uses them. So I was fine with it. And had they not done it like that, if he just came out with, I don't know, he can shoot lasers out of his eyes now, like he got the 12
busted attacks, like brand new abilities. Like
yes.
Now he's got super speed. Now he's got I
would have hated that.
Explosion. Now he's got fire.
I would have hated that. So I like how they did it like this.
Yeah, I'm the same way. They definitely paced that pretty well, in the sense that, like, well, I mean, like with Black Whip, it was just like, okay, like introduction of like, okay, he can learn so many new things, but then later on, how everything started going throughout. Once he started learning Float and a smoke screen, kinetic, everything else, it was just like, okay, like he's already, because we're seeing this throughout the past seasons, that he was actually getting communicated with the past ancestors of All for One. So he's like already learning some of these things, and then later figuring out with kinetic and smoke screen, that they were like kind of like, they didn't really want to give it to him, and later on they were like, okay, like we have to give it to him so we can actually like learn it. I felt like if they paced it out, it would have been like a lot of diminishing return, to the point that was just like, okay, like go on with the next one, because at this point it's not really like as helpful. So I do agree with that. And I'm not sure if I don't think we talked about this, but like I'm not sure if you guys didn't know before it was revealed, but like I didn't know that All Might didn't have a quirk.
Okay. This was also really good.
Yeah.
I was under the impression they always had no quirks. They all had no quirks. They were all quirkless.
All the previous users of
that's what I was under the right. And then Black Whip showed up. That guy showed up, and I was like, oh, okay. So this is so. At that point, I did not understand All for One. I mean, One for All. I was like, maybe One for All just kind of takes the shape of a quirk, and Deku and All Mights are just similar. They're just super strength based. So I thought this was a cool reveal that, again, you know, same process. One for All is passed down. But again, it was passed down to, and to my point earlier, they're passed down to people with quirks that were not powerful quirks, you know. But on top of that, it is revealed that they all died at an early age because you can't mix, or it made to their analogy, the glass would crack.
Yeah, basically, like their original quirk is intermixing with the One for All quirk, and it's just causing internal problems in their body, and they, I guess, the glass cracks.
Which is side thing, which brings back to like that one of the previous seasons. It's the main, and I can see why this is the main reason why All Might did not give that quirk to Leminian, because he was supposed to be the one that was supposed to inherit.
Right.
Form.
He was, that's right. That's right. He was like, there's a lot of back and forth in this, because I just remember episode 1 where like Deku's begging him, saying like, oh, I want to be a hero, All Might. I want to be a hero. And All Might just looking at him saying, do you have a quirk, boy? And Deku's like, no. Tough shit. And I'm like, is that the talk you want to have with him? Like, you were quirkless yourself. So it's like, I like, there's likely a very justified reason for that conversation, because obviously All Might was not in the right mindset.
Right. I was gonna
Well,
say his mindset. He was coming off of that injury.
Right. Right.
With All for One. Right. And yeah, I think he had a bad outlook on life at that point, and I think Midoriya reawakened it. And then I think at that point he's like, oh yeah, I do need a successor. You know.
Right. But
And
then it's
also,
like
you know,
later on, it's like, oh, but I was also quirkless, by the way.
well, I think that's what, you know, All Might. He is the number one hero. For the most part, he never let it got to his head, but maybe he did. You know, maybe he did stop becoming humble and forgot his own origins, you know. Because
Technically, he
we've
did, yeah.
because we've seen flashback sequences where he was pretty much begging, just like Deku was to Shimura.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, did you really need to give Deku that type of response in that moment? But I get it. I get it. He was not. It was not the All Might that we know today. In terms of, like, you know, his mental state, he was not in it totally.
Sure.
Back
Right.
then. But yeah, fair enough. But yeah, no, like, going back, you have Lady Nagant has a cool backstory. You know, not everything's black and white. She used to be a hero.
She was Hawks.
She was Hawk's mentor. Yeah.
No, not his mentor. Hawks replaced her.
Correct. She was the
right. Yeah.
government hero.
Right. Okay. Got it. So I thought that was kind of cool. Deku, you know, talk no jutsus her at one point. And is like, come back to the light. Come back. And I think All for One planted explosives in her.
Yes.
Typical All for One. She's not dead, surprisingly. I don't know how she's not dead.
Can't believe because she fell. Did they catch her?
I think
they
he caught her.
Yeah.
I think he caught her.
Hawks and Deku caught her. But then they had like a rough landing because Hawks still has like baby wings.
His baby wings.
I was gonna say it still looked like it hurt a lot.
It's definitely hurt.
Yeah.
I think she had like some intel for them about All for One. She had like a location, like
right,
a location.
and they went to the location. He had already cleaned up shop.
Right.
And he left that video.
Yep.
Yeah, just he's one step ahead.
He's one step ahead. So that Lady Nagant scuffle was good. Also with Overhaul, that was cool too, to see Deku be like, "Hey, I'll let you see your boss because you're obsessed with your boss for whatever reason."
It was his grandfather.
His grandfather.
Yeah.
It was his grandfather, but he wanted to die. So like, so it was like, the point was that Overhaul was going to do something for Lady Nagant, and all she needed to do is just kill him. So because he's like, I want to see him again, so like kill me so I can actually like see him. And Deku was like, nope, I'm saving you.
So you apologize to Eri first,
right?
And maybe I'll consider it.
He said, let's be very clear. You owe that little girl everything that you took from her. So that will be your first apology before anything.
Yeah.
Before any, which I think.
Do you think he's gonna do it? Do you think it's gonna be genuine?
I think it'd be quite traumatizing for them to be face to face again.
Here, Eric, come here.
Remember that guy that kidnapped you and pretty much sold you into Yakuza slavery? Here he is. He's got something to say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pushes her to the front so he could get close to her.
Go ahead, Overhaul. What you got to say to her?
Sorry.
I don't see that going well. I really don't.
I do not. I don't know. I do not see a genuine apology coming from Overhaul. But I don't know. I mean, he really wants to see his grandfather, so maybe he'll suck it up and make something genuine. I don't know.
Maybe.
But a plot thread I'm interested in. I want to see where that goes. So right, all that stuff happens, and then Class A versus Deku. They catch up with Deku. And I knew they were not gonna try and kick his ass, but I kind of wanted them to. Like, I wanted them to just straight up attack him. Like, Deku's like, but I wanted Deku to be on the defensive. I didn't want him using any of his OP abilities, like, you know, I wanted him to use his kit, you know, danger sense, smoke screen, kind of, you know, confuse them a little bit. I wanted Bakugo to be going like what's the circle one called?
AP shot.
AP shot just shooting. I don't know. Like, it's not right for that to happen. They're trying to stop him and rescue him, but I see a title of Class A versus Deku in the episode description. I'm like, okay, they're gonna go in on this guy. This was good. This was still really good.
This was fantastic.
Yes.
I have nothing but praise for Class A versus Deku.
My favorite bit, and I think it was yours too. Bombastic, you tell me what was yours, but my favorite bit was they're all chasing Deku, right? They're all like trying to stop him, and he's like running away and everything. And then you have the bit where who is it that launches but what was it, Bakugo and Todoroki that get launched?
Okay, let's do the setup. It's
what is
Ashido makes an
acid
she
ramp?
makes an acid slide.
Okay.
She makes an acid slide. I think even Momo put tracks on it, of all things.
Right.
Dark Shadow and Tokoyami sling them forward.
Okay. Because Deku's in the air. He's like flying away.
Deku's gone. He
He's black.
did Black Whip slingshot, powered by the Raijin kinetic energy. He's out of here. So Dark Shadow slingshots them.
And the people that's them is seemingly
it's Bakugo, Todoroki, and that's it. That's all you think.
Okay,
that's all you know.
okay.
That's
Right.
all you know. And so from there, Todoroki gives them the heat flash, the hot flash, which is the combination explosion, and they get propelled, right?
Okay.
Uraraka up at top.
Oh,
gives
right.
them gravity, so
Right.
they're continuing their ascent. They're not
Right.
falling.
right.
Todoroki, does his thing, and then he's gone. Bakugo, because he needs a burst of explosion. He needs a burst of explosion. Todoroki got them off the ground. Bakugo's gonna give them the extra boost. And mind you, I love the fact that every one of the Class A members had something they wanted to say to Deku. And for the most part, everybody got to say their bits.
Right.
And then Bakugo.
You think it's Bakugo, like, oh, he's catching up. He's gonna grab Deku or something.
Oh, this was so good. That's like so good. Bakugo's like, Deku, there's so much I gotta say to you, and I want to say to you, but not right now. I'm gonna let this guy go first. Riz!
When they revealed it, Ida!
Whenever they said, but I'm not fast enough yet. But I know somebody who is.
I honestly, until they showed Ida, I'm like, who else is here? Like, who could he be flinging forward to like catch Deku? And once that, I don't know if it was acid or wax or whatever.
He was covered in the acid. He was covered in the acid. Yeah.
Once that peeled away and I saw those ignition boots, I'm like,
oh.
I lost it. I was screaming.
I could not take it. I was like, this is so freaking good. This is beautiful. And Ida is putting everything into that blast. His whole armor shreds off.
Yes, his mouth is like going.
He ain't never done a reciprocal burst like that. And he catches up. And what was so good about this whole thing is that Deku thinks he needs to do this on his own, which is exactly what Ida did when he was off to face Stain. And the one person to tell him you do not need to do this alone was Deku.
Shakespearean. Shakespearean.
Oh my god, this might be peak for me.
Did you cry? Did you
fucking cried? Yes, I cried. Absolutely. And when he grabbed him and he said that,
and he cried?
and he cries, and then you think it can't get any like more emotional. They come back down and it's now Bakugo's turn. And I don't know, man. This was, again, I was just like, how are you gonna top that? And they topped it with a somber character moment that has been building since day one of this series. Again, I like to think Bakugo and Deku are the deuteragonists. This ain't just Deku's story. It's very much,
right.
I think, Bakugo's story as well.
Very.
And he apologizes.
I'm
for
sorry.
Everything. And he admits that he was a bully because he always knew Deku was ahead of him. You know, and even when he was quirkless, he was like, you were ahead of me. And then you got a quirk, and then you really got ahead of me. And then you've always been ahead, and I'm always the one who's been chasing after you. Oh man. And then he says, I'm sorry, Izuku.
Oh God.
Not the I word.
The I word.
I was like,
oh,
bravo. Bravo.
This was perfection. This was beautiful. This was beautiful. I absolutely love this. This was the perfect way to close out the. I mean, I guess it's still technically not closed out, but like, you know,
which is crazy that it's still not closed and there's still some good stuff to come.
There's still good, like that to me should have been like watching it. I'm like, oh yeah, that has to be the emotional bit. There's nothing else after this. There's no way you could top this. I thought you couldn't top it after Ida. You topped it with Bakugo again. So I'm like, okay, we're done. We're done though. We're done. They convinced Deku, like, okay, come on, let's go home. So they go back to UA. UA is acting as a shelter for
a military fortified space station,
which is crazy because I'm like, how much did this cost?
How the hell did you put this up so quick?
The construction,
it was funded by the president too.
The president funded it. I think someone even made a joke like that had to have cost over $100 million or something. Yes. I'm like, I think you're undershooting it. I think it cost more than that.
Absolutely.
And that thing had like underground, like a rail system and everything. Like
that runs to the Shiketsu school that has the same defense system as this school. I'm like,
absolutely not.
Right,
absolutely not. Now we're in fantasy.
Did anybody get any Attack of Titan vibes on once they saw
the wall? Yes.
I just saw that and I was like, this is very Attack of Titan.
I mean, part of me did not think no colossal titans were about to burst out and be like, rumbling.
Maybe Makia would make a return.
Oh my God, Makia, please no, never again. But no, they get back to UA. Civilians are there. It's acting as a shelter. And the elephant in the room is addressed immediately. They know who Deku is. They know what All For One wants from him, and their immediate reaction is, get him out of here. He's a danger to us. If Deku is here, we are all in trouble. Leave. And oh my God, like everyone tries to calm the situation down from Class 1A. And of course, you got Deku's bae, Uraraka.
Oh, she stepped up.
She stepped up. If there was any question as to, who's Deku gonna end up with at the end, you know, my money could still be on Momo. It could still be on Tsuyu. That would be weird. But who is it? Uraraka solidified it. There is no one else. Because no other female did this for Deku. It was Uraraka. And I kind of liked her. I liked her speech because it felt very human because she was stumbling on her words. She did not have
Yes.
the perfect like things to say to convince everyone. She was stumbling and fumbling. And let me tell you, God, I don't know if I'm building up to it properly, but when she said the title of the series
Mm.
and he collapsed and the song started playing, I lost it. I lost it.
It was just, oh my God. It was just, as you said, it felt real. It felt real. It felt like a child was giving this speech. And I really liked the flashback of, she saw Eel Boy or somebody.
Eel Boy.
He was looking tired and worn out. And then the people start cheering him. And she's, the whole point of her speech is like, when the heroes are done protecting us, who protects them? And she's over here gawking at the people praising the Eel Boy, because it was like, she's like, wow, like she literally watched them lift his spirits after he just did the daring do. And she's like,
Right.
That's what it's about. It's the people that got to protect the heroes. And that was the whole cusp of this arc, was that the people felt they didn't want to, because they felt like the heroes didn't live up to their standards and were heroes. Right. And it was like, no, they're heroes. Their track record doesn't have, I mean, it should be 100%, but it won't be, They're gonna have times when they lose.
They're human.
And at the end of the day, we have to protect them, because if you want them to go back out and save the day, be grateful, like.
And who was the first one to be grateful in this crowd?
Hold up, this was really good too.
I'd hear up there.
The shoes. Oh my God.
As soon as I saw the shoes, I'm like, I know who that is. I know exactly who that is.
But the flashback too, and it was like,
what shoes do you want?
What shoes do you want?
Kota!
I want those red ones.
This was perfect. Yeah, the other girl there too, and that was fine. She's a heteromorph.
Yeah, I get, which I didn't know there was a term for it, but that makes sense.
Yeah, right. But she was kind of there. She's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, she'll be part of it. Kota stole this. Kota stole this.
Oh my God, that was Mr. Deku. I'm sorry, I didn't move. I should have moved right away. And again, it's so layered, because we've known Kota, but we've only seen him in like 3 instances, and then but it was also good too. It was like, Ida was like, yo, it cannot be us that comes to his defense right now.
Yeah.
Even part of me thinks Bakugo's mom, when she stops Deku's mom from going, I think she understood too.
Right.
Of course the mother is gonna protect her son. It has to come from somebody else.
Right. It has to be from the people.
Yeah.
That's what Deku needs, right? He's doing this for the people, and he needs to know, he needs to be reminded that they are on his side.
Right.
They're here for him.
Oh man.
Tearjerker moment for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I was in complete tears. 2 episodes in a row, and I was like, I don't think this has been done before in My Hero fashion.
2 episodes in a row? Absolutely
2
not.
episodes in a row. I was
Absolutely
like, this is insane.
not.
This is insane right now.
This was really, really good. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously the people open up. I think one of them asked like the promise. They're like, what's the promise that they agree on? They're like, can you bring things back to the way they were? Can you bring things back to normal? And Deku, of course, is like, yes, of course, I will. And that's it. So the civilians, they open up. They go to Deku's aid along with the other classmates, along with the other heroes there. And then that's pretty much episode 24. Episode 25, which aired today at the day that we're recording this. That one focused mostly on kind of like Deku and friends, just kind of, being friends. They're just, chumming around. I think the meat of this episode is mostly with Stain. We finally get to see what Stain's whole thing in this was, because we saw him following Deku and All Might this entire time, but we didn't know like what his game was in all this. Like, I didn't think he was gonna attack them, because I'm like, just attack them. Why are you like sneaking up behind them? Just if you're gonna kill him, kill him. But no, like it was not for that. What was his whole shtick here? It was
he needed to wake All Might up.
He was in a funk. He was in a funk.
I guess, All Might very much felt as if just because I don't have the body for, one for all, that I can't be a hero. And the only thing he thought he could do was mentor Deku. And then, this arc, he thought he failed because Deku was off running on his own, But Stain reminded him, this is why I want you to kill me. Which is a twisted sense of value.
Yeah, Stain is still a villain.
He said, I killed 40 villains. 40 heroes.
Let me remind you.
But only you can kill me because of this. Look at this girl.
Look at it. Look at it.
Literally, look at it.
Oh my God. Yeah, he had his head. He put his head there.
Yes, he did. He sees the girl that he saved, which is crazy because, again, I think finer details. I remember that scene of that girl in the rubble being like, oh my, save us.
Stop. You actually remember that girl from...
when they cut back to it, I was like, that wasn't just some like scene they threw in for extra measure. Okay. That scene is in that episode, So that's why I'm like, wow, deep cut.
What a deep cut. That was season 3.
Right. And he's like, this is what it's about. You can still do the daring do even without your body. Go do something.
I don't know what he's gonna do. He turned into he turned into his form for like a second to convince Stain, because Stain was like, you're not All Might. Who are you? And All Might's like, yes, I am. And he turned into it for a second. And immediately upon turning back to normal, he just coughs up blood.
But see, that's the thing. All Might thought he was talking about physically.
Yes. Right.
Yes. Right. And he's like, no, bitch, you're not acting like All Might. Wake the fuck up.
I need you to kill me.
Only you.
Only you. This was a good... Stain is just a great villain. I love Stain. Stain was great in season 2.
And the crazy thing about Stain, he's very much like if the Punisher was out killing unjust heroes or heroes that were... Oh,
wow. Very Punisher-esque.
Yeah, very Punisher-esque. Stain is not on the side of the villains. He's like not condoning what they're doing.
They've tried recruiting him and he said no.
Right. He's got his own agenda. He's got his own way of life. And he's over here like, oh snap, I need to share this intel about the Tartarus prison break with the person who I deem is worthy of killing me.
Right.
Because he's not out. He even said, he said, I'm a beast that stands for just society or something. All
for one is not just.
Right. And I was like, okay.
I see you.
Like a Dexter type, only a serial killer that only kills other serial killers, I guess.
Interesting.
Sure. And he passes along the intel, and I was like, okay, Stain.
He did his job.
For the 2 minutes of fame, we haven't seen you since season 2. I'm glad you came.
This was good. This was good. He wakes him up out of his funk, and we get the intel that they're on a shorter time clock than they were initially to be believed, because before they thought they had like about 2 months. And Stain, with the intel he got, he's like, Shigaraki's waking up in a couple days. Get your act together. So that's when it goes all hands on deck. You have some of the top heroes requesting foreign aid. So that's going to be very interesting. I wonder which countries are going to send over their heroes, because we have one confirmed so far. The one that's like, all right, they asked for help. I'm going.
Oh, All Might needs my help. I'm in there.
Bet. And it's the number one hero from the US, Stars and Stripes. Literally is a female All Might. Like, you look at the costume, you look at how she looks like, it is All Might if All Might had breasts and long hair.
Oh yeah.
And a cape. And a cape. And a cape. So that's gonna be cool. She was what? All Might's student at one point? No.
I don't yeah, right. I don't think she was a sidekick. I'm pretty sure she was like just like kind of like how Gran Torino and Deku are, you know?
Oh, okay. Like just one of the teachers that she looked up to.
Right. Not like a direct, I'm All Might's sidekick.
Right. Because All Might did go to America at one stint.
And he did have a sidekick.
Right.
Yeah, in the movie, which the guy is canon. Don't know if the movie's canon, but that guy is canon.
Right. So that's gonna be cool. I wonder if her gimmick is just super strength. I mean, she's very buff. So she could probably swing pretty hard. I don't know if that's just her gimmick. I want to know, like, is it just super strength? If you did not know she came from America by our description, her costume will tell you she is from America.
You know who she's dressed like? She's dressed like Major Glory from the Dexter's Laboratory shorts.
Major Glory.
With like the American flag as a cape. That's what she looks like.
Major Glory. Wow. Homelander a little bit too.
Sure, yeah, Homelander vibes, yeah.
But not evil. Yeah, not like evil in that sense. But yeah, Major Glory. I like that. I like that one. Yeah, very Major Glory.
The question
vibes.
would be now, like, how long is she going to last?
Well,
that's true.
Very true. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, we don't know what her ability. She's buff, but like, is that all she's bringing to the table? Super strength.
Well, that's the thing. Well, she's coming. The other countries are talking about sending their people, which I'm sure they're going to send some
at some point.
But I even think they said All for One is recruiting from outside of Japan.
Yeah, they did say that.
Yeah, so this is gonna be wild.
The final war.
It's a world war.
And he said Shigaraki will be ready in 3 days.
3 days.
Are we hitting the ground running? Season 7? Is it gonna be quicker?
It might just be.
Are we gonna get like 3 days, 3 episodes that equate to the 3 days, and then we're in there?
We gotta be. I can't see the way season 6 hit the ground running. Starting off, I feel like we're gonna get something similar in season 7. Because I mean, the manga's in its final stages from what I hear. It's in its final stages. I don't know how close to the end it is. But season 7's gearing up to be just an all-out war. Like this, if the paranormal war in this season was like Marineford, this one coming up is going to be like Raftel from One Piece or
because it's the final. Sure.
It's the final one. The previous war was just a taste, which is a taste of what to expect. I'm excited for season 7. There's no date yet or confirmation of when to expect it, but the track record of My Hero typically is what, one season every year, right?
Yeah,
roughly. Because like technically season 6 bled into 2023 from 2022, so technically 2023 is covered, so we probably won't see season 7 until 2024.
Yeah, what will happen is because it debuted in fall, we probably won't get another fall premiere. We'll probably get an early 2024 premiere to carry out 2024.
Right, that's what I kind of see it going.
Yeah, that, I mean, if they were to get season 7 out by the end of this year, crazy.
That's too much. I feel like that's too much.
It will literally be the best year of anime.
It'll be the best year of anime. My Hero delivering on all fronts.
Crazy.
Plus, I imagine that they probably want the manga to hurry up and finish first.
They probably got another movie to carry us over as well.
At the least one.
Another My Hero before season 7?
Possibly.
Ooh, I don't know. Toho's busy right now, but I don't know. We'll see. We haven't had a My Hero movie in a good minute, so or maybe season 7 will be like season 7, but then the final confrontation, whatever that is, maybe they release that as a movie.
Ooh, that could be something.
That could be
People
something.
would flock.
People, easily. That Toho would make bank, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's season 6 of My Hero Academia. I guess the final thoughts on this, like, I mean, we kind of just, talked about it throughout the pod on this one, but is this up there still after having talked about it for your top? I will say it is easily number 2 for me. After really talking about it and really homing in on the poetry, the Shakespearean reflection of parallel moments, this is top 2. This is top 2. Season 3, I think, just had so much, like, back to back to back. I can see people putting this as their number 1. I can see them putting this as their number 1.
I mean, if someone did put it as their number 1, I would not argue against it. I'd be like, you got it. I think after talking about it, I feel they could be tied for me
for number 1.
Yes,
3
simply
and
because
6. Wow.
Well, season 3 is a very much a midway point type of season. Funny enough, we're comparing season 3 and season 6 literally with half the series.
Halfway. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was a great midway season. Season 6 is a very culminating season with a lot of storylines culminating, converging, closing, and it did it right.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes there's so many loose threads, but I'm like, damn, they did this thing, they did it. And again, nothing feels like they missed. I feel they didn't miss anything. And I felt everything got equal shine. It was just very good. It was just very good. I guess it's kind of what you want. If you want a really bombastic nonstop season, bombastic. Yep, there it is. Season 3 might be the one for you, but the emotional highs in season 6, man, I don't think
it's up there.
Yeah,
easily.
That's where I'm at. I'm okay with them being tied. I need to think that over.
I agree. I completely agree. You can definitely argue between season 3, season 6 when it comes to this. It has so much appeal. Like, all the emotions were there. Like, you had crazy fights in the beginning. Like, the whole the liberation arc felt like a season itself. And then not only that, they were like, all right, let's top that with Dark Deku arc. Let's just keep it going. At this point, it's just like it keeps everybody on their seats, because like now everybody's like, let's see what's going on in season 7.
Yep. I cannot wait for season 7. And that is such a change in pace from how I left season 5, where I'm like, okay, season 6, it'll get here when it gets here. I was indifferent to it after season 5. Now with season 6, I'm like, season 7, please win now. I want it now. But yeah, season 6, fantastic. My Hero back in form. But I would say that pretty much wraps up our thoughts on My Hero Academia season 6. Let us know what you all think down in the comments below, wherever you're listening to us on. If it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at the Yonko Table. Let us know what you think about season 6. Is it the best season of My Hero? Is it in your top 3? Do you, for some reason, think it's the worst season of My Hero? If you do, I have questions about why. But sure. But let us know what you think overall, and we will catch you the next time when season 7 premieres. for my hero, whenever that is. And yeah, that's all we have to say on this one, folks. I'm your Yonko host, Dr. Jace Attorney, fellow Yonko Grandmaster Hoop, and Supernova Bombastic. Closing out, what? Going Beyond? Plus Ultra?
How about what's the
I agree. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, goodbye.
Super Beaver. Go look it up.